What do you do when everyone around you always says no to you? When the people who love you, the people who know you, the people you trust, all tell you to stop dreaming. If you're facing this situation, this story is for you. In a quiet village nestled between dry hills and a winding river, there lived a carpenter named Aaron. His workshop stood apart from the others, not because it was better, but because it was smaller. The roof leaked when it rained, the wooden door creaked with age, and the tools inside were old, many inherited from his father. To the villagers, Aaron was ordinary. To himself, he was unfinished. Every morning before the village stirred awake, Aaron ran his fingers across rough pieces of wood, imagining what they could become: chairs that would not wobble, tables that would last generations. But imagination was cheap in the village. Results were more important. The village preferred fast work and low prices. Most carpenters rushed through their craft, producing furniture that looked fine from a distance, but weakened within months. No one complained. For them, it was good enough. But Aaron did not believe in good enough. He worked more carefully. He measured twice. He sanded longer. He tested joints again and again. Many days, his hands bled. Many nights, he fell asleep on the workshop floor, surrounded by half-finished pieces no one had ordered. And because of that, customers stopped coming. Too slow, they said. Too expensive, they whispered. Too ambitious for a nobody, some of them laughed. The hunger then joined him at his table. There aren't many things left to eat in his house. A quiet reminder of how long he had been working without earnings. One evening, Aaron brought his worries to his mother. He wants to build furniture worthy of the capital city's market, pieces that could stand in royal halls. The mother sighed and said gently, "My son, the world is not kind to dreamers who have empty pockets." The next day, Aaron showed one of his finest chairs to the village council to ask if he should bring it to the capital market. But their reactions was not what he expected. They said, "Who will buy this? The capital is full of master craftsmen. You will fail and return with nothing." Even his closest friends stopped him. "If you go and fail, people will laugh at all of us." In disappointment, Aaron walks away from the council area, carrying the chair alone. Villagers return to their routines, ignoring him. That night, Aaron sat alone in his workshop. Doubt crept in his mind, heavy and convincing. Maybe they were right. Maybe dreams were luxuries for people who could afford failure. As he woke up the next morning, he noticed something strange. A chair he had built weeks earlier, the one no one wanted, was being used by his mother. She sat calmly, weaving cloth, her back straight, her movements unstrained. Without asking, his work was already doing its job. And for the first time, Aaron realized, if he stayed, he would fail quietly. If he went, he might fail loudly. But there's only one choice allowed the dream to breathe. The next day, before sunrise, Aaron wrapped his best pieces. He made his choice. He did not announce it. He did not ask permission. He just simply began his own journey to the capital. The road tested him. The rains poured down for hours. But it couldn't stop Aaron. He knew he needs to move forward. At one point, exhaustion forced him to sleep beside the road. His body could go no farther. But his decision remained awake. At dawn, someone unexpected stand in front of him. Not to hurry him, not to judge him, just to see. The old man spoke gently. "You carry heavy things." "Yes, wood and doubt," Aaron replied. And for the first time, he heard his fear spoken out loud. The traveler smiled. "When the river meets a rock," he said, "the rock says no, but the river keeps moving." With that, he walked away. By the time Aaron reached the capital, his confidence was nearly gone. The marketplace was overwhelming, making Aaron's work felt simple and small. Aaron approached a wealthy merchant and showed him his chair. The merchant barely glanced. "No, too plain," he said. "My customers want beauty. Not this kind of thing." Aaron came to a busy inn. "This chair is strong," Aaron said. "It's solid," the innkeeper admitted. "But I need cheap replacements." At the edge of the market, Aaron met a master craftsman. The man inspected the joints closely, running his fingers along the wood. Then the craftsman sighed. "You work with care," he said, "but care is slow, and slow does not survive here." Aaron's shoulders sank. Each no felt heavier than the last, not because they were loud, but because they were many. As the sun climbed higher, Aaron sat alone beside a stone wall. "Maybe they were right," he whispered. "Maybe this city has no place for me." Aaron unconsciously walked towards the palace gate. A guard blocked him. No entry without approval. Another no. As Aaron turned away, a palace servant nearby struggled with a broken chair that had collapsed under weight. Aaron hesitated, then stepped forward. "May I help?" The servant tested Aaron's chair. It did not creak. It did not shift. It held firm. Aaron then allowed to bring his chair inside the palace, and his hope raised up again. By sunset, Aaron stood before a royal steward. "Who taught you this craft?" the steward asked. Aaron answered honestly, "Failure, and the refusal to stop learning." Days later, the answer arrived, not as praise, not as applause, but as an order. When Aaron left the capital, he carried no applause, only proof that his work mattered. When he returned, nothing about the land had changed, but something about him had. The same people who once looked away now looked again. Those who said no now said, "We believed in you." That night, his mother asked softly, "What did you learn on your journey?" Aaron replied, "When everyone says no, it is often fear speaking, not truth, and sometimes the only voice that truly matters is the one that keeps you moving forward." The carpenter who refused to quit now became a reminder that the world does not reward those who follow the crowd, but those who listen when their inner voice whispers. That perseverance is not stubbornness, but loyalty to one's own values. That the voices saying no often speak from fear, not from truth. That the right path can be lonely, but it always leads where you are meant to go. If this story spoke to you, maybe it's because you're standing at your own no. And if you're still listening to that quiet voice inside, stay with us. Subscribe for more powerful stories about courage, doubt, and the moments that change everything.